That's your show.
I don't remember what the next match was. You threw me off a little bit here.
Well, you're not taking notes. I'll tell you, it was Kevin Owens versus Fidel Castro.
Oh, that's why.
It's the next match. No.
Castro.
What army are Sami Zayn and Commander Nuts in? What did you call him the other day? Commander Nuts or Major Nuts?
Whatever. Yeah, something.
Commander Aziz. What army are they in? What are they part of the resistance? Who are they resisting?
The Salvation Army. The Old Navy.
The Old Navy. Well, they are members of the Old Navy Army. And they fought Kevin Owens. And I knew that this was probably going to be pretty good at the start, because it's not like they haven't been wrestling each other for the past 20 years, and they like to wrestle each other. But they changed their story up a little bit. That Owens was having trouble breathing and was doing the coughing from the deadly Asiatic spikes that he got from Terry Gordy. I mean, Commander Nuts or Major Aziz or whatever his name is last week on television. But this was good action. It's all the stuff they usually do. At one point, and I don't know whether this was a brilliant sell job or for real, but when Zayn did the dive over the top rope, Steen sold his left wrist big, like one of those like jump up and to your feet and walk away because you think, oh shit, that could have been it type of sell. But maybe he was doing that on purpose. The referee held him back a little while. And then finally they restarted it, but he kept selling it through the whole match. Fantastic job of selling if it was not indeed hurt. And they did their stiff shit because they don't mind, face washing each other with their shoes and getting a bloody mouth or whatever the fuck, because that's, they're friends. But finally, again, this match, it just had a finish that came out of nowhere where they'd gone back and forth and hit a few things and some false finishes, and suddenly Zayn just rolls back in the ring. I think they'd been outside, but he hit his kick in the corner, boom, out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. So that seemed sudden, like there was no, momentum. There was momentum going because they were doing things back and forth, but it wasn't like a sudden turning point had just come or whatever. It just came. What'd you think?
I think I'm going to be in the minority and say I didn't like it. I can't even exactly explain why. I just feel like I'm trying to think of other examples of this, and I'm sure there are. Maybe Cena and Orton. I've just seen these two guys too often together.
Yeah.
Too many times. To the point when they come out, it's just like, I don't care as much. As soon as I saw Kevin Owens, I looked up at one point. I was looking down, I was writing something. I look up. Not notes for this, by the way, obviously. I was just writing something else. But I look up and I just see him spit up. And I was like, oh, I don't need to see this. I wasn't crazy about it. It's not for me. I'm not the biggest fan of both guys, although I think Sami shows a lot of personality in there. And I like Sami in the ring. It's just I don't like these matches and these two guys. I've seen them work together too many times. What do you think, Jim, about the news that Kevin Owens is legitimately taking time off?
Well, I saw that, and then I saw some report on the internet that they thought that it was storyline related. So I don't know what the reasoning behind it is. Did he hurt his wrist, or is it some story that they're going to do or whatever? I don't know. But they usually acknowledge when somebody gets hurt. And the crypticness of, but he likes to be cryptic. But the crypticness of, I'm going to go away for a little while. Well, how can we miss you if you won't go away? So that's maybe a positive. But it sounds kind of story to me. Maybe this was just good timing.
It is a nice time of the year in Montreal. And they usually, I don't know how things are right now, but
when is that, by the way? They said, no, I josh the folks in Montreal.
I don't know how it is now, but traditionally in the summers, they have the best festivals, one after another. The comedy festival, the jazz festival. It's great.
Wait a minute. They got a comedy festival in Canada?
Yeah.
Isn't that like having a goddamn convention of hookers in a fucking virgin's home?
Well,
a comedy festival in Canada?
I thought you would say that about a jazz festival in Canada.
Well, I would actually say that about anything. I guess Montreal, they're a little more swinging and just.
Oh, it's a great city. You can get weed right on the streets.
Huh?
Nothing.
I didn't hear you.
I didn't say it.
Well, they're devil may care there because they're the French. Viva la resistance! You know where they came up with that, don't you?
At the Doubletree.
No.
Oh, where?
They goddamn in OVW. That's fucking Rene Dupree. That's the only French thing that I knew from LeBeau on Hogan's Heroes. Viva la resistance! So he said it on TV and they made the team name La Resistance. Anyway.